And listen. So, Trevor's obviously playing.
Dog.
It's me, the S Bob. That's Spence Bob. You got Parker back, remember?
Of
Last time.
course,
He's
Brandon
back.
isn't here for like the third week in a row.
The whole time.
I'm gonna be
Parker just goes here, and at the very end, yo! So of course Brandon's not here.
Ooh.
With a lot of heads up this time, that being a couple hours.
And I had to initiate the conversation.
So today's Saturday. On Thursday night, I swear to God, yeah, I'm good to go. Sweet. And I messaged him again last night, and I was like, "That's awesome, bro. Cool. See you tomorrow." Rip.
I didn't know you like messaged him, so I just like was like, "Oh, are you coming?" He's like, "No, Saturdays aren't gonna work." I'm gonna post like a screenshot of, the text
absolutely.
messages on this thing.
Yep, you got to.
Brandon, hey, are you coming Saturday at 8 p.m.? Yes, I will be there. Great. Oh, Saturday at 8 p.m. doesn't work. Some of us make room. And unfortunately, Ben is not here. But
Yeah.
Ben's is most likely legitimate, and he hasn't done it 10 weeks in a row. So there's that too. There is that. So Trevor, what's in store for us in this wonderful world of TP this time?
So what is this, a mid-game tutorial?
Yeah, so we did it last time.
Zelda
But
fans are okay.
there's
All right.
these wind things that play a song, and when you're the wolf, you can like howl them, and then you summon this dog that appears in random places.
Looks like Okami.
Yeah, and then they teach you not as a dog, as a human.
Well, as a
human
skeleton
technique.
man.
Yeah. But it's weird because it's like you have to summon him as a wolf, but then it only affects your human self. It just seems inconsistent.
And you mentioned that skeleton guy like is. People theorize he's like somebody.
Well, Ocarina of Time Link for some reason.
People theorize that he's a Link. That he's another
Wow.
Link.
So we stopped last time because I didn't have enough reviews for the shield. I have enough reviews,
Look at
obviously.
those.
And also, I got a heart piece. If you remember the ox herding thing with opponent, that's super boring. That's another mini game that you have to do. And honestly,
Are you saying we're not seeing the ox thing on live screen?
Oh my god.
no? So we have 4 out of 5 heart pieces now, and there's
Dude,
2.
that
Are you almost up to like a legitimate amount of hearts? My God.
oxygen
How many-
was pretty good.
How many hours are you into this game and you have 4 hearts? I've never seen that.
Dude,
you
it's
played Ocarina, right, Parker? You have 4 hearts like 15 minutes into the game, right? Like, you go into the Dooku tree, it's the first thing you can do, and then it's like, here's 4 hearts.
Yeah, here you go.
In this game, you have to be in game time 4 or 5 hours in, right? I mean, this is our 4th LP. And you're not necessarily going slow, you know? Can they knock you off?
There's a heart piece around here, which is why.
Oh, okay.
I don't know actually.
This game has different pacing than any Zelda I've ever seen.
It has a really, really, really slow start.
Me.
Oh well, I mixed that. That somehow works.
Can you imagine doing that on the Wii? Like you're on opponent, but you just have to go like this. He kind of swings the sword like he's doing the Wii thing.
Right. Like really awkward.
Where is it? I did this just today.
There's a heart piece up there.
Yeah. What? Was that it? I saw it.
What?
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 No. Did you get it?
Did you not get it? Oh my god.
But it's up there. It's
Yeah.
that.
It's on. Oh wait, is that it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I was aiming too high.
I don't think this one's particularly fair, TBQ.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
I thought I was on the ones on the top.
If it was way in there, that'd be like the dumbest.
So we finally have actually 5 hearts, so that's nice.
Hey!
Oh, 4.
You missed last week. He went to the Gorons, and they all just hate him. And it was cool because you would just walk up to them, and they would like just try to attack you and roll into balls, and you're like, neat.
Great.
And there's this weird thing where even after you like get their trust and whatever, when you go like outside of the throne room, they still try to kill you, and it's like, bro, get the message. Your king said I'm cool, man.
That was up on the mountain, right?
Yeah. Well, like imagine that would be
Death
that's how it would be like back.
Is that
in
what it's
the-
called?
Yeah.
Like just imagine. It's always been that. Just imagine back in the day,
That's
like
not one.
Game of Thrones time,
Right.
where like it would be like we're at peace now, but like the people who are hundreds of miles away are like still dying.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It happens
god.
in Game of Thrones all the time. Like people didn't get the message, and so they just assumed something's the way it is.
We're still fighting. Like thousands of people die after like everything's good.
Oh no, we already made it.
Sorry that you're a widow now, but like
Yeah, no, it's fine.
it's whatever. He died valiantly for literally no reason. Great. Like if I mean if that happened nowadays, it would be like everyone would just be like running up to go like a battle, and then everyone's phone would ring.
We're done.
Yeah, did you get the did you
Instantaneous
get the
no-
notification? We're done. Oh great.
War's over the second the war's over. Everybody knows.
Yo, so, like somebody tweets out, "Yo, let those POWs go." LOL.
Hey, is that the baby from that trio of kids?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I love
Hey.
this baby.
Don't you dare something.
So
like
that's the thing for me stealing, where they assume you're a thief. But I don't care. It only happens once. It's freaking 200. That sucks. Okay, I just gotta.
What? Oh.
I thought it was 100.
At least
I
you don't
can
have
get
like
pretty close.
At
This
least you
is
don't have
actually-
like 105.
Yeah.
I have to go to some place to show you something anyway, which I can get 12 cards, so it's not a big deal.
Just restart. This runs over.
Yep, horrible.
The RNG was not great.
The RNG of you not having enough rubies. That stands for really not good.
What if it was like that hardcore where like you're like, oh, that enemy only dropped 1 ruby instead of 5. Restart. Restart.
It could be legitimate.
That's
I guess I could. That just
sounds like not fun.
it just sounds like the worst. Oh, this enemy appeared in this location. Restart.
It's like, oh, I didn't find out till 45 minutes into the run.
Ugh.
Okay, start over.
At least the game that I'm not gonna give it away, but the game that I'm practicing now, at least it's only an hour game if you're really good. I mean, for me it'll be like an hour and a half, but you know.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Rip.
He is
I need
on
to kill
top
it.
of your head.
Okay. Once you kill these pros, a bunch of rubies spawn right here for some reason.
Oh!
Me.
Oh! Now you got enough.
Now, here's the thing I wanted to show you. So there's these bugs that you pick up, and
It's
to
a
get
male.
to get the 3rd armor in this game, that's completely optional. You need to collect them all. And this like weird bug girl, I'll show her off eventually, gives you like various upgrades for each like 5 that you collect, like a bigger wallet, bigger bombs, and then finally you get the 3rd armor. So
Wow. But
So they're the Skolyatas of this game.
pretty much, but way less cool and also way harder. Because the Skolyatas like were big
And make noise.
and make noise.
That was just an ant that was like on a tree.
right. That was a male ant.
Oh yeah.
It was
I think
it was a
eventually
cis male ant.
you get something that like senses where they are, but it's still dumb.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't buy the shield.
Yeah, I was
Rip.
wondering. I was like, oh.
Maybe
Right.
he did.
I
Maybe
was
he
like-
didn't need that show.
I always assume that I don't suggest anything because I'm probably wrong. Like if I said like you didn't buy the shield, Trevor would be like, duh. As soon as you get the coins, it automatically goes to your inventory. Oh right, I didn't.
If you go do whatever, it becomes 100.
Why do
Why
I
would I pay the
explain this
200?
stuff? To idiots. Sorry.
Or if you were Ben, you'd be like, well, so the reason for this.
Yeah, he'd be right, but it would just be this like really. Well, you're wrong. Here's why, real quietly.
Ben, what would you say if I suggested you do this on the next turn? I would say that it was very, very, very bad. And here are 7 reasons why.
So the unfortunate thing is that this game only has 2 shields. So this Hylian shield is
This
the
is
last
it.
shield.
That feel one no mirror shield?
No mirror shield, no cool shield.
But
at
that's
all.
the iconic shield right there.
I mean, it's an
wow.
iconic shield.
Oh, my icon.
Even
Get out
even
of
Link to
here.
the Past had the mirror shield. Like,
Yeah,
it just
Parker,
feels
you have to say
weird.
that.
Yeah, because Link in the Past, you couldn't even see the friggin' shield. It looked like a tiny little sprite. This is a real shield. I want to look at it the whole time.
What do you play?
I want to look at it on his back the whole time.
What do you play Link to the Past on? Like a 2-inch TV? It's
the
like
mirror
biggest.
shield in,
I play
Link
on
to
a
the Past
1,000-inch
is
TV,
huge.
so it's a huge mirror shield, Parker. Okay.
it's all pixelated.
I get like specifically the biggest TVs with the least amount of like pixels, so it's just the biggest pixels possible. Can I get the 100-inch TV? Do you have it in only 240p?
Are
So
these guys still fighting?
yeah,
What?
it's I don't think they really meant for this to happen. Because at this point, I've already made up with the Gorons, and I'm doing them a favor by like saving their chief, and they still think.
Again, they're really
but maybe
bad.
they're just like going to work, and you just happen to be running. on the
Nah,
highway.
when you get up there, you'll see they like
Wow.
get towards you.
Also, they home on to you. Like you can't avoid them. If you don't do this, you just get hit.
That little joke. I did it.
Can you even imagine like trying to wear those shoes? Like whatever they're made of, you'd be like, you would just start crawling. Maybe I'll start training like Goku with his really heavy
Yeah.
clothes. These clothes are made of whatever. Okay.
So those wind things I was talking about, it's that thing right there. I don't really have time to show you, but okay, you saw it. I have to be the wolf and then sing the song that it whispers.
Oh, okay.
And then it's...
Sing the song.
Sing the song of
Oh,
the people.
cool. Nice clipping.
Thank you, this company who made this Wii U port, and it wasn't Nintendo for some reason, because Nintendo's too busy making their other games?
Yeah, they have other games.
Making their
Hey! Now
console.
listen, they're making all their Wii U games that are coming
No,
out.
Miitomo. It's the new Facebook.
Yeah, they just made a new smartphone game.
Wait, really? Oh.
It's not even really a game so much as it is a way to connect with your friends.
Yeah, it's just you make
just-
Mii's and then you can put the
Are
Mii's
you
on
are
like,
you a
photos.
shill for this game? The way you said it sounded like you like had this memorized. It's not really a game. It's more of an experience you use
It's-
to available for blah blah blah.
I downloaded it because like Tyler was like, "Hey, help me get
Dude,
enough."
Tyler is such a Nintendo dude.
Yeah,
He is
he's
so
like, help me get enough. Help me get enough platinum points so that I can get a discount on games. I was like, all right.
Tyler's so awesome.
So I have to
He's
like
so
log in.
Nintendo.
I have to like answer questions,
Okay.
and then I have to look at his answers, and I have to like them and comment on them.
Like, what are they asking?
Like, what have you purchased recently?
Oh,
What is your favorite food? What game is terrible?
wait, is it like
Oh, and you can say whatever.
Oh, okay. What game is terrible?
And you can,
All
and you
Sony
can curse.
games.
I was wondering what it would be like, because like it is like open to the public or whatever. Because I know like sometimes like Nintendo is a little bit like about like you being able to be like.
Can you curse on the Me thingy like online, or do they just like pretty much take it down instantly?
I mean,
I think you can, but it will get taken down.
Yeah, just the mods will probably just ban you.
Yeah, and then if you do it enough, you'll just get banned.
F
I wanted to post. I mean, there's like screenshots all the time of like ridiculous stuff on Miiverse that shouldn't be there.
Right.
I'm certain it's the person posting it and taking a quick screenshot. Oh, dude, look at what this dude said. And then it's like deleted a second later. Did you know, I learned this myself, that the ladder climbing is faster than it is in the original version.
It is true.
I learned
I
that
heard
myself.
that. I forget. Somebody really smart told me that though.
Ben does do that. Ben does do that. What did it just do?
It stopped the geyser or the flame thing
Oh,
from
okay.
going.
Ooh, RNG.
Don't have enough time now.
Wow, that was
RNG
actually
is
really
not
bad
on your
RNG.
side.
Just imagine if like I just cannot believe after watching that RE3 speedrun, like,
Wait, why were you watching that?
oh, I was just like, I like watching speedruns.
Nice.
And
Nice.
just
Me
like
too.
watching people.
Even though you just hate the person doing it.
He's a pleb. I'm not gonna deny. But just imagine, I do feel for him. Like, a game that you're playing is like, yes, it has skill, but it's so you've done it so many times that it's like almost muscle memory at this point. And the only thing that you're waiting on is like RNG.
Yep.
I could not.
No,
Like that dude who
wild.
does. I mentioned it before, but that dude who does all the Pokemon games, Worcester, is like technically like a saint when it comes to that, because it's like everything he does is like, I mean, when he plays a game, he will restart like dozens of times before he even starts the game because he has to make sure that like the starting Pokemon has certain stats.
Right.
Can you even imagine? Like I would be so frustrated getting like 15 minutes in and being like, ugh. But him's like, hey, enter your name. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, the Pokemon's bad. Restart. And like an hour of that.
So you know Pokemon Red is even worse now. So you have to rely on good stats on a random Pokemon you catch in the wild. So like resets take like several minutes. Oh, I died.
Not dead. Or is it dead for real?
Yeah, it's 2 hearts and I only have 2 hearts. Oh, is it only 1 heart? That's weird. We're good.
That would have been hilarious if he got up.
Just die again.
I'm But so
Jump,
so,
go! Oh.
So-
No, wait.
so you have to get a good basic Pokemon then, correct?
You don't really have to get a good basic Pokemon.
Oh,
Just
anymore?
enough to beat Gary.
Oh, okay. But then you have to catch. Is there a particular Pokemon you catch?
You catch a Nidoran male, and it has
Nidoran male. So you also have to like your first encounter has to be a Nidoran male then, and not something
It
else.
has to be very quick,
Wow.
and it also has to be a specific level.
I feel like if I made
Is that because of like glitches or whatever?
popular games that I knew
the higher level one just generally has better stats.
if I made games that I knew people would speedrun, I would just put crap in like that and just be like, like where it's like,
You know, I
hey, 1 out of every 100 times you get these like awesome stats, but yeah, you never know when it's gonna happen.
So I can imagine the game you would make would be something like that platformer I Want to Be the Guy. But
Right.
instead of just like really hard where people can learn that, it would also be RNG. Like level 1 could be the final boss, but it's not.
Just make like certain spots and certain levels. There's like 6 different variations, and you don't know which one you're gonna get. It's like, and they're all different, so you gotta learn them all.
And it's like a very complicated answer. Like when I was watching that RE3 one, and he was like doing the water sample puzzle, and he was like left up, left 2, left up, right,
He had
and
to
I was like,
saying it and
oh my
saying
god!
it.
And he had to say it, even though he's probably done it like 1,000 times. He
Right.
still like had to say it because it's like I don't want to mess this up. It's like oh my god, that is so crazy. He probably just like dreams and he's like up, left, right, middle.
There is a
So here's the cool thing they add for the iron boots, because they're magnetic. You have all these magnet things.
that's pretty cool.
The only bad thing is you walk really slow, and sometimes you do have to do it for a while. So it's a cool idea. It's just I wish I did it faster.
Yeah, exactly. It's like why do you have to walk slow? I mean, I get it, but like,
Who
It
did?
doesn't have to be realistic.
yeah, like I'm talking to this guy, and you're telling me that the iron boots are slow, but I'm talking to this guy.
So there's 3 Corn Elders have to collect the big key shards that they have for some reason, and it's pretty obvious. This dungeon is fairly linear, but you have to talk to them.
Yo,
Is it?
map. Yeah, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Don't
Kicks it open. It's like no
If only that was like 5
no
hearts.
respect. No respect.
That's right. You don't just find hearts, right?
Nothing drops hearts. You can't find hearts except for fairies. The only way to heal
So
yourself
not even
is
like
with
that's why you're not messing with pots, because
there's no reason.
oh okay.
But this one you are messing with.
This is the warp thing. I think you weren't here last time, but they're really weird looking.
Oh yeah! Ah! I was here the last.
Oh, okay.
The one of the times when we saw this. Oh. Gosh.
I really don't use them, but I guess they're kind
They
of
are
cool.
terrifying looking.
So you have all these cool rooms, and it's like.
Nice. But then it's like, this is so long!
But also, if you're taking it physics-wise, like realistic, why wouldn't the sword be attracted to it? Like, they're being inconsistent. They're like, no, it has to be slow because that's real.
Right.
But your sword isn't attracted to it.
If your sword and your shield have no problem. Shut up.
Like this one.
Ugh. It's just like an open world of all this. Great.
Uh,
Look how slow he's going. Oh my gosh.
Like every
What?
Zelda, I think it's pretty much a thing with Zelda games that pretty much every Zelda game has a lot of potential, but never really truly realizes it, except for Link to the Past. I mean, that game's pretty good.
And Link's Awakening, except for the ending.
Like, seriously, why would they do this?
More realism.
At least you didn't have to walk all the way to the end. Like, oh no, you can't drop down. You gotta walk all the way to the end.
Does that give you your life back?
Yeah.
What if what if it was like using a real magnet and they used the Wii remote to like you guided it around like you would like do like a magnet on like a thing. Yeah, and then you just
gotta move around the room.
Yeah. Now that would be fun. That is what I'm
I
talking about.
wonder if slicing your swords faster.
What part of Wind Waker is not what part of Wind Waker is not like what's the word that you used just a little bit ago, like that is potential but not like seen or whatever. So I think
Wind Waker has so much empty space. There's not enough islands.
I guess that's true. Yeah, there is a lot of empty space. And there's, I guess, you know what, it's been a while since I played, but when you're just, like, going around, it does get kind of boring.
Oh, like when you're going around, it's getting boring? I've never heard of that. When does that happen in a game?
Switch to my phone to ignore.
I am not.
Like, this is just... Like, if you were playing this for the first time and didn't know where to go, this would be torturous.
Also, if you get hit, you can just drop
Oh my god, are you kidding? It's so dumb. Why wouldn't you stay on?
Oh, but one cool thing that they actually did is when you aim... Oh, you can't use this in shot.
Oh.
When I get the bow and arrow, everything is just inverted. It looks
Oh,
cool.
nice.
That's pretty cool. Don't get hit.
After he said, when you get hit, you fall. Immediately it gets hit. Sorry.
Oh, by the way. Oh, yeah. I forgot to say. I was planning on
Especially
getting
like he's so close to the end of this.
And sometimes I drop, like,
And then you-
I'm impatient, I drop, like, just barely off of it.
Oh my god. It's the ultimate test of patience.
So I just have to make sure it's like, I gotta do this. So all these pan shots, I'm just skipping because they're just a bunch of waste of time. It's like, here's what you do in the room if you're a moron.
Now you know.
So
enjoy playing
like,
this game.
In this specific one, it pans over the that switch, and then it looks at the magnetic thing. It's like, what do you do?
It's like, enjoy this game, which is really just you going through the motions of what we just showed you.
Yep.
Yeah. So you would have already watched the other one.
Especially with Zelda dungeons. Sometimes they're pretty complicated, don't get me wrong, but like these dungeons are always made like off of the new gimmick. Like it's like 50% or more of the dungeons like, here's the new gimmick, you know?
Right.
So it's never like,
Yep.
what do I use? The iron boots or that like
Or the
whip-
thing
or that-
I got from the first
Right, it's like
dungeon.
you use the iron boots. Like it just is what it is.
Right. It would be great if they like kept each dungeon added it on, and then you had to use all your stuff in conjunction.
That's another
with each
thing
other.
that I don't like about some Zeldas. Like, I think they should combine all the items.
Absolutely.
And you get a really cool, I won't spoil it, but you get a really cool item in the 4th dungeon that has so much potential, and then you just never,
use it.
Probably just use it in just that dungeon.
And since you get the item so late in a dungeon, it's only half a dungeon.
Oh god.
And
You're
this
like,
one,
I'd like to use this.
in this one, since you get the iron boots right outside the dungeon, they can have the entire one. But in this one, you get the bow and arrow, and it's like, well, I have to shoot that switch over there, but I can't do it right now, so you only have to do it the half the dungeon. But then some Zelda games try to change that with like the 3DS one, Link Between Worlds. You actually get the item before the dungeon starts, and it's non-linear. But in that case, it's actually worse in my opinion because none of the dungeons can assume that you have those items then. So they're all like super basic.
So it's non-linear in the terms of the order then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you can do, which sounds cool, but
Nah,
when you
for
when you
something
think
like that,
about
it's
it,
not.
it's bad. I still like that game. That was one of the best Zelda games in a while.
Is the very first Zelda game non-linear? I've like literally never watched a run on it.
You can do there is sequence breaking, but they don't really assume for you to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
In fact-
you could do it.
Since like level design wasn't like exactly thought out in games like that. There's dungeons that don't have enough keys, and you have to enter dungeons with a certain amount of keys to even get anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Because like
but you can buy keys too.
Because the game designers didn't even know. They were just like, well.
Yeah, you can't fault them for like that one.
It's like the first game, they didn't know how to do stuff.
Yeah, you can't fault them for that.
Yeah, okay, yep, I get it.
That's one of those games at the store that, like, slightly triggers me when, like, someone's like, yo, looking for NES stuff! And, like, one of the first 3 or 4 games is always, like, Zelda 1, and I'm like, I completely understand it's iconic. And,
Zelda
like, it's got,
1 is really tough.
It's got the gold, you know what I mean? And, like, it's super iconic, I understand that, but it's like, I don't even think it was fun back in the day. Like, when I was playing it in, like, the early, mid-90s, you know? Like, I don't...
I remember thinking it was amazing when it came out.
I mean, it was really good back then, but it's been trumped by a bunch
Exactly. I mean, when it came out, it was like nothing I'd ever seen in my life. You know, so it's like, what?
But, like, if you go back to play Zelda 1 after, like, the past, it's like, well...
I'd like to go through it once, or I guess at the very least, like, learn a little bit about it, because, you know, whatever, but... I don't know, that one really is tough to go back to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't skip.
There's just too many cutscenes in 3D Zelda games. Walk.
Maybe that's part of the reason I like the 2D ones, like on handheld, because there's like no or limited cutscenes and
yeah, exactly.
Less emphasis on story. Dude, if you think this game is hand-holding you, Skyward Sword is so much worse.
oh my gosh,
how could it be worse?
I
mean,
literally
it showed you everything.
I literally couldn't even tell you the story.
It's
of
even
some
worse
of those
because
games.
you know you always have a helper, like you have a fairy or midnight, but you get this like robotic, no personality like spirit that follows you. Her name is Fee, I think, and she is just like, oh, here's what you do, but she says it in like not a cool way. It's just like, there's a 100% chance of you being able to go through this room if you do this or this.
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
I mean, it's like a robot.
Right.
And it's like right after this game where the personality that they give you for the helper actually has a personality. But then the next game it's just like, it's just a robot.
Even like Navi had like a little bit of a personality, but nothing like crazy.
Majora's Mask had a really cool helper because she had like a personality.
Spunk. Thank you, Tatil. I wish they could make, I know there's only 4 dungeons in Majora's Mask, but they're really, like, complicated in a good way.
I mean, here's the thing. You always have to find, like, specific items and, like, masks before the dungeon. So I think the areas before the dungeon are a dungeon themselves, because they're so convoluted.
Yeah, you know, that's true.
You have to figure out the song, and then you have to figure out the item, get the mask. How am I gonna do this without a cutscene? How am I gonna do this?
Wait, so you walk and then you just fall off?
No. What do I do?
I mean, how could you know? What? Trevor,
Wait,
how did you figure
what?
that out?
I don't know.
I thought you were just supposed to fall off.
I thought you just try to make it and then keep
Go the whole way. Oh, man.
Dang it.
Let me try
Wait,
again.
so is that
Does
one
same
side
thing.
like the advanced side? And the other side's like the beginner
Because there's
side?
like 2 on it. Yeah.
If you need a ton of time. Oh, so all these dudes are different style? Because the other guy was like a volcano-y one?
Yeah, this one kind of reminds me of the Goron Elder in Majora's Mask.
That feel one, no. What's that dude's name in Ocarina? He's actually pretty cool. Dot.
It's like Dimitri, but something Goron.
Yeah, something like that. That dude's a bro.
What's the next thing you have to buy?
I have to buy bombs, and then after that, rubies are worthless for the entire game.
Nice.
Good. Wait, but then you later, when you get like a big
Were you just
wallet,
trying to get on that ladder?
It just wouldn't let me for a while. I don't know why.
I thought you were like trying to do some weird like speed run thing or whatever.
I don't know.
Nope, just trying to get on the ladder.
This is my speedrun strat. It's called falling.
Still try to get on the ladder after 15 tries. You just see it. You just see it go out in front of you like a highway. It's like Route 66, and you're just like.
This one I don't have to do the whole way because there's a path right under here.
It's like Route 66, but then like right next to it, it says speed limit 25 miles an hour. You're like you got to drive between Las Vegas and Los Angeles. 25 miles an hour, please.
Wait, is that Route 66?
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be
I
cool.
know Route 66 goes across the country.
I might have gone on that because we did go from.
There is a
Vegas
road
to
that
Cali.
goes from Los Angeles to.
I wonder
Las
what's
Vegas.
gonna happen here.
What is this? What's going on? Who's that?
Wait, is he a Gorgon?
Goron.
I'm sorry, a Goron.
Triggered.
He's like a huge one.
How are they still? Is he a bad one?
Therefore, he's strong.
He's not bad. He just doesn't understand that I'm here to help. And Link just refuses to talk.
Hey, if you say
I talk with my swords.
if you say anything, I will not fight you. But
Oops.
I like his his armor's pretty chill.
Throw him off.
Bam! He's dead.
Wait, he's not dead?
I had to do it 3 times.
What? Is this Mario Galaxy?
Yeah.
It even looks like a Mario Galaxy level design. Oh, now you gotta do it.
I just like. No! I like how long he just
What?
holds it. He's like, I gotta really, really, really get my attack ready.
I'm winding up.
I'm too close to the edge. There we go.
See you, bro.
Okay, I gotta hold the button. That's weird.
He dead.
But he hit 3 times in that fall. There's no consistency.
Nah, brah.
Hey, can you do your long wind-up attack?
Ooh.
What's my one weakness?
Hello.
Better not.
What
Better
up,
show it.
Brr?
Peace.
After it happens twice, you think he would like be like, let me try a different tactic. Oh, his Majora's Mask came off. I have an onion for a head. Oh, dude, it's a yellow slime.
I get it. You use the boots because that's part of this dungeon. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah.
I'm going to fight on this circular magnetic thing. Of no
You
relevance.
just got lucky I fought on this magnet thing. Fight in!
His head sort of looks like a slime from Dragon's
Oh,
Quest.
Dragon's Quest, yeah.
It connects to that universe.
Oh, yeah. Well, that originally was a Nintendo game.
There you go.
And now it's RIP in America forever.
I have a feeling Dragon Quest 11, I guess, is coming out because it's on PS4. It's not an MMO.
Have you played that ridiculous action one? There's like one where it's like action RPG.
Yeah. Dragon Quest Heroes or whatever.
Heroes, that's it.
I don't know. I don't really like. It's like there's a whole bunch of those. There's even
Yeah.
Zelda ones of it where it's just Dynasty Warriors and then they reskin it. And I find them really boring because the game is all about defeating like 3,000 enemies
Right.
that pose no threat. And at the end of the stage, then there's an enemy that might do something, but then it takes like so long to get there.
Yeah, the only way I would like a game like that if it was like a ridiculous amount of enemies where it was like just cool to look at, you know? What in the...
They're the things from Ocarina of
Oh,
Time.
yeah. Do you have to like break them off?
I forget if there's a item or something that I could do.
Ooh.
Luckily, they only go so far, huh?
What the heck? That one didn't even touch me. nothing. That's cool.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Okay, that's definitely a chest.
Oh,
got him.
wrecked.
Look at this. Nice
Probably
compass.
the compass.
Nice compass.
Woo!
I don't think there's anything else in there. I already got the 2 heart pieces, so there's nothing I can miss.
You got this, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
Doesn't pull it all the way to the end.
Free!
Ridiculous.
I'm so triggered.
Yep, okay.
Just Z-target everything.
That's stupid. Also, the arrows go to speed of light, so...
Whoa! I just imagined something. Imagine doing that with the Wii remote. Whoa! You'd be like...
Immersion. Total
Point
immersion.
right at it and be like, look at this. Is there anyone that speedruns Wii games? Just Wii games all day.
Yeah.
Wii game shovelware.
Hi, can I, like... Cool. I wanted to orient the camera somewhere else, but it kept freaking locking.
Rippity-roo.
Now all the guys are probably back.
That feeling wensed. Boy, those arrows do certainly go
Very fast.
pretty fast.
Oh, jam up again. Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, man. Better restart, you missed once. I didn't get the arrow drop. Restart.
A legitimate thing in an Ocarina of Time speedrun, because you need to use bombs all the time, is that you need to get bomb drops.
Oof.
Just walk back to the beginning of the dungeon.
I haven't watched any Mario 64 speedruns recently. I wonder if anything's like changed much.
Players just have gotten better.
Honestly, after I watched the tasks of it, which is like literal perfection, like it's hard to watch the other stuff. Whoa.
Alright, but what door are you supposed to go out?
Yeah, I wonder. I wish I could skip this.
Wait, and it was right below you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this game.
Imagine just looking around and being like, where is it? Nice heart piece, bruh.
I don't think so. Okay.
Oh.
50.
Well, that's
I'm already to the point where I have too many rubies that I don't know what to do with.
Because you don't need this many for bombs.
It's like 80 to buy the bomb bag, and then you have to buy like water bombs eventually. That's pretty much it.
water bombs.
They're called water bombs.
Did I spoil that?
What are bombs?
Oh, dude.
Webbed.
That guy's like, man, I'm just hanging. Whoa, it's Link! Ah, shoot!
And then his friend's like, oh, dude, I told you
Ah, damn it! I said to keep your eye open.
should have been paying attention. See ya. What? It's like he has these freaking
Wait.
crazy boots. What the heck? I told the boss not to put these friggin' magnets in here. You know, boss and his magnets. He just wants them everywhere. My favorite part of any Zelda game is the constant beeping when you're low on hearts. Just in case you
Yeah,
forgot.
that's pretty cool. Love it.
That's one feature of Zelda 1 where it's the most annoying. I mean, they all have it, but like in Zelda 1, I remember it was just because that game is legitimately hard, especially back in the day when there's like no internet or anything to look up any clues. You just try to figure it out as you go, and it's like, bam, 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 bam. You're like, oh god.
Dude, I can imagine that there would be, since, you know, people had less choices back then, there's probably, like, save files with, like, 100 deaths on it. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
still, I'll beat it one day.
Yeah, one day I'll get there. I mean, that was a game that, like, when I was a kid and it came out, I never beat. And then once I was, like, older and, and probably, like, you know, PlayStation was out, then I, like, revisited it as an adult and then was like, oh, okay, I can get through this.
Dude, you just got a no-scope headshot, bro.
Hi.
Oh! He's like... Durr!
Who's the
You
superior?
want, mate? 1v1 me.
I think
Oh! That was a good
literally a headshot.
one. What? How did that other guy? I didn't even see you shoot that other guy.
That dude sent one last arrow as he's falling. Oh, get you! Oh, it wasn't close. Man.
Where do I go exactly? Okay.
Ah, yeah. It's a good thing that those really do not shoot anywhere.
Yeah, that would be annoying if they, like, constantly, within 1 second, were hitting you.
Whoa.
Hey, I need this. Yep.
It's right behind it! You wouldn't be able
You did it. Are you smart? Do you feel smart?
you wouldn't be able to miss it. It's right behind it. Like, you'd pull that out and then you'd run the complete other direction. Like, man, I wonder where to go. Oh! They're blowing your crap up.
That's what I'm doing. No. Okay.
Nice. Oh, wreck.
Was that 2 for 1?
Well, he hit one of those barrels and it exploded.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even get those rupees. They were right there, and he was like one step away.
Was it just one?
It was 2, but still.
No!
It's like $2 is sitting in the, like, you're just walking by the street and you're like,
Duh, can't be bothered.
what? That would break your legs. I feel like from that close it would just be like, oh! The longer
Oh,
one,
sweet, it is all upside down. That's fun.
the longer one, you might at least have a chance.
Just so you know.
Look.
It's what it does to be like, you do something super simple, it gives you this grandiose cutscene, and then it gives you the little jingle, and you're like, oh, you're smart. And it's unfortunate because they pretty much have to do that if they're going to market the game to, like, everybody, including kids.
Nice.
So, I really wish I didn't pick that up. I didn't know it was there.
Oh, do you not have one around?
I'm going to see if it respawns, that'd be super cool. I mean, I was almost dead, so I
Come
probably
back
should
with
have done it anyway.
5 bottles. Yoink.
Did I even get the 3rd piece? I don't remember.
I don't think so. But it's linear enough. Or are you right there?
No.
No, you
Oh,
got
there
2 or
is a
3.
door. This sucks.
My feeling.
Oh, that's awesome. I think
Drink
in
that
this,
lantern oil.
I think in this game, if you have full hearts, the fairy doesn't. Could I? Okay.
You caught a fairy. You did not poke air holes in the bottle. Well,
Rookie mistake, bro.
Dude, in Wind Waker, if you remember, they make the fairies into like little humanoids, and when you capture them, they get like sad and they have like a tear in their eye.
oh
That
yeah.
makes me feel bad.
I suddenly remember.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I need to use you, bro.
I need to rub you on my wounds later in the game. And then you get to a point where you're like, I didn't end up using that fairy. Captured it for nothing.
Can I go then? No.
No, I might still need you in the future.
Might be a second adventure.
Yeah, or maybe if I like get like an illness or something. Okay.
Fairies are indentured servitude.
So where was that?
Right there, B.
Still kind of far away, considering how long everything takes.
Oh! Hey, there he goes! Let's
Why
get
you give
him!
me a cutscene? I didn't know it was happening.
Wait, what just happened?
Ooh, wrecked.
What are you talking about?
Like, what just happened?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I hit a switch, and I was like, what do I do?
But what did it open?
It's impossible to know since it didn't tell you.
And it didn't give you any kind of music. So it's not satisfying at all.
Speaking of big rooms with a lot of things to do, I would be interested sometime in seeing a Prince of Persia, possibly just Sands of Time or whatever, LP. Because that game is like...
I was actually thinking about
that game is so complex. Like, my
Yeah,
God.
I'd really like to do both the first one and the third one. I don't like Warrior Within.
Yeah, Warrior Within is...
It
It just makes it feel like it was designed by like a kid, like angsty teenager.
The second one is like just
Fighting.
Yeah.
And it's like all like dark.
I remember playing.
Like
I remember
eyeliner.
playing the first one, and it would be like.
I mean,
like in most games, you're like you walk into a place and there's like a puzzle. You're like, ugh. But for that one, you walk into a place and there's fighting, and you're like,
there's so many direct sequels that do that. That they're like the first game is super popular, and then they're like, we're gonna broaden our demographic, and then they make it super edgy and weird.
Yeah.
And no one likes it. And then the third game, it goes back to like.
Yeah, exactly.
Devil
and
May
it-
Cry.
It incorporates good ideas from the second game, but it doesn't friggin' ruin it.
Trying to think of other ones that do that. Devil May Cry for sure. Dino Crisis, if the third one was good.
The third one's the worst.
Yeah,
Actually, the second one is.
The second one is like an arcade game. It's just not meant to be. What else? Not RE. That RE, like the second one is like just as good as the third, but the third is like
Rip.
Ah!
It was gonna happen anyway.
not Silent Hill. Good for you, Konami.
I really wish I remembered.
Maybe
to get
Metal
that.
Gear. I don't know. Metal Gear 2. And some days I feel it's the best one, and then some days I feel like it's like.
Oh my god.
I guess I gotta kill them.
Then some days I feel like it's like the worst one at the same time. That's just like such a strange game.
Really? I think that's
So,
the best.
I don't know.
Wait,
like
which one?
2.
Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's the best one.
I don't know.
What? Which one's the best one?
I'm not even talking about like Raiden stuff because I like Raiden. It's just like sometimes I'm like, it doesn't like have as many bosses
I don't
and
get
like
it. It has more bosses in the first
and
game.
like the shell thing is like a decent to good place, but like the tanker is like a better like location and whatever. I don't know.
What?
But if you ask me next week, I might be like, oh, I'm just.
Did
I'm just
Ian
enjoying it.
influence you with his bad opinion which third is the best?
Who?
Ian. Ian really likes 3 and he doesn't like 2. And I
Yeah,
just...
but 3's weird.
What, so
Sometimes
you
eat
only
a
like the first
snake.
one.
Oh, remember this room? And then you were like, I'm
Please
not going
don't
to
say you
destroy
like
them
4.
all. Remember he was like, I'm not going to destroy them all, and then that's where it was.
I don't know how you could like the third one the best. The third one is just such a.
Just please say you don't like the 4th one.
No, I mean I like
Okay.
the story.
No!
I mean, I like the story and the gameplay.
No.
The story is the worst part about it.
No way.
Wait, is that Goron? Is that a Goron?
Yeah.
Like,
It looks really weird.
He's the Rastafarian one.
he's like Gandhi or something.
Yeah, are you going up?
Why, do you want some water?
Now, if there is a blanket up there,
Oh, you got
bring
it.
that blanket.
Okay.
We're about to get comfy, folks. Hey, question of the part. This is going to be a new question never asked before. How comfy are you, folks? How are you comfy? Trev's so comfy that he's falling asleep. Playing Zelda. You feel that comfort? Yeah.
I'm just annoyed that I had to backtrack through the most annoying room in the game.
What if you're watching this right now and you're not comfy? What if you're like on a public bus and it's really hot and it's like really like crowded?
Hey, everything didn't respawn, right?
If that is the case, then I apologize. I hope that later today you are comfy and able to wear sweatpants or athletic shorts.
I don't think sweatpants are comfy. They're too itchy.
You gotta get the soft kind of suede pants. It's gotta feel. It's gotta feel. What if you're in your sweatpants or athletic shorts, a big shirt? What does that shirt say? Is it a big dog shirt? Dude, I need to get some big dog shirts. Hey kid, who called the pleb patrol? Me, in real life. Maybe you got some warm socks on. Maybe you don't got no socks on at all. Tell us how you comfy the comf. What vidya do you play when you're comfy? I watch Ben play Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That's what I do.
What's the comfiest game ever made?
Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland.
I don't think so.
Dude, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is so comfy. I could probably think.
I mean, to watch it, it's comfy.
No, there's only one.
I'm
keeping that one.
Yo, Parker. The question of the part. This is the question of the new part. The old part was how comfy are you?
Right.
Here's the question of the new part. What is the comfiest game ever made? And obviously,
To watch or play?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because here's the thing, Spencer said Here's Might and Magic 3. And that's a super comfy game to watch.
To watch Ben play.
But to you play it, and when you play on like even easy and then you lose.
I get so angry at the game. Like, it's fun to play for a minute or like to cheat at it. And
I
be
guess
like,
that's true.
oh no, I got 700,000 archangels. I'm fine.
Alright, let's think about this. Comfy game.
But
I mean,
what's the thing? To watch or play? Like, what are we?
Let's say to play.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start the ante. I'm gonna put the first card in the middle and say Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
I mean, just the feel and even like the sad parts and whatever just got this comfort to it. Bowser's a good guy.
For me,
Got the music.
it's got to be Katamari, the first one.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Because I could just play it and
The
just
only,
listen
you know,
to music.
the only reason that I would disagree with that slightly is I love that game, but like, I get more. What's the word? Personally,
You have to be your high score.
yeah, I'm like.
Oh, right.
Oh, I gotta like and whatever, and sometimes I'll like not freak out. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like
Yeah, it's
competitive or whatever. You're
frustrating.
like,
Right.
come on, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
But
like,
if
there's
you're
so
just
many,
like messing around, like oh my
there's so
gosh.
many stars to make that like it takes a long time till you reach a point where you're like not beating your own scores. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like if you tried one and then you're like, that wasn't as high, you can just move on to another one.
That's true.
Come back to it later or whatever, because there's just so many you have to make. And then there's so many that like you make them in the course of the game, and then when you play it later, you like get better at it. You know, you get better at the game. So then you like go back and play a level, and you're like, oh, I'm way better at this level now.
Yo, Trev, do you? By the way, speaking of that, the one level that I hate the most in that game is I think it's cow. It's like pick up one cow. I think it's a cow. I kind of forget. It's an animal.
Yeah.
But like if you go straight at the start of it, the first thing that happens is you pick up a cow, and it's like you picked up a cow. It's the smallest one in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to go! Like, and I always found those ones.
And then
so
they trick
hard.
you with things that it's like cow related, like ice cream or something.
And you're like, oh, that's a cow, right? And you're like, oh, F this. Trev, do you have a comfy game?
To play. Ooh, this thing's actually pretty cool.
I'd say to watch, honestly, if we're talking like streaming and stuff like that, anyone just hopping on Mario 64, watching any competent runner is pretty comfy.
At this point, I can't not watch the TAS by that guy. Like,
I know, it's like the best.
It's so
it's
amazing.
just so good.
And his commentary, just incredible.
I will
Virus.
I will raise you the least comfy game of all time, which I think, for all accounts and purposes, is the original Silent Hill. There's nothing comfy about it. There's not a single second where you're like...
Siren.
Siren, there we go. Because that one's uncomfy.
Oh, Fatal Frame, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
Pretty much any horror game, but Fatal Frame 2,
Fatal Frame
Silent
is
Hill 1.
Up there.
Like, Silent Hill 2 at least has parts where you're, like, walking around and there's, like, no or limited enemies and it's, like, whatever. And the graphics are good enough that you're, like, kind of immersed.
Dude, and the first thing you do in Silent Hill 1 is you die from a nightmare.
Yeah, oh,
and you have no idea what's going on.
I was watching... No, what happened was a strategy got traded for Silent Hill 1, so I brought it home and just, like, read it just to see what, like, the writing style was. And, like, every second of reading it, I'm like, that's not enjoyable at all. That's not enjoyable at all. Like, every second I was like... And then they're like, hey, we need to talk to you about other Silent Hill. And I'm like, oh, that's right. There's like... It's like... That's a game that already you start and you're like, I'm really uncomfortable.
Right.
And then you go and you get to near the school and it suddenly gets dark and you're like, I'm super uncomfortable.
And the school has like little children.
You get into the school.
school
It has little children. It's whatever. But then it turns to other Silent Hill, and there's like everything's great, and like there's sirens everywhere. So they take a game where you're like, I don't like that. Like I'm not like having fun. You play it because it's good, but you're like, I'm not having fun. But they're like, oh yeah, by the way, no, everything's like 8 times worse, and you're like, oh god. Like even like simple things like, oh, I'm gonna go into this locker. Hey, let me check this locker. Oh, it's a cat. That runs out, and then the second time you do it, it's like a ton of blood there, and you're like,
great. Thanks,
reach your hand in the toilet.
Yep. Or like in Silent Hill 1, when I think it's when you find the shotgun, you like walk into, it's in the other world, you walk into a bathroom and there's just like half of a corpse hung up, and you're like,
nope.
Wait, isn't there just one where he puts his hand into a hole in the wall and he has to go into his shoulder to get a key?
That's 2, I think. I'm pretty sure that's 2.
Things like that.
That's the one with Pyramid Head?
No, yeah, 2. 2's the one with Pyramid
right,
Head.
yeah, okay.
I guess technically, and I think out of all of them, besides 1, I would say 1 or 4 is the least comfy. The only reason 4 might be a little more comfy is the first half of the game you have your room that you can go back to and just
second half of Silent Hill 4 is worse than 1.
There's no comfort.
Overall, 1 is worse.
Yeah, absolutely. But the only reason I would put 4 in the category is when your room gets messed up, and then when you're like, there's no enemies in Silent Hill 1 that are unkillable, whereas in 4 they have those ghosts that are just following you, and you're like, any game that you have to like pause because like you just can't handle it anymore, which is every Silent Hill game, is like way uncomfy.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If anyone's actually watching, most comfy and least comfy game. I have to think more.
Before you got here, Trevor and I were talking about the draw of these Souls games, like Dark Souls and Demon
I guess
Souls.
it's because nothing's hard, like nothing's very difficult anymore.
Right,
and
so it's like, oh, okay, this is like the old school games that are like hard as hell, but like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem enjoyable to like lose a billion times.
The thing I brought up is that I just don't think it deserves to be a series. Like, there are so many Souls games now. There's 5 of them, and it's only been like 6 years.
Yeah.
And if you count re-releases, like Dark Souls 2, Scholar for Sin.
Wait, there's 5 of them? There's Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. Bloodborne. Yeah, you're right. Wow, that is really, because Demon Souls is not an ancient game.
That's right. 2010 or 9.
Yeah.
It's what, PS3, right?
Yeah, it's like 09 or something like that. I think the only reason is, like, I was talking to someone about this the other week, it's like, there are games that are, like, very hard. Like, the God of War games, if you play them on the harder settings, are, like, very hard. But the thing is, you do the fight, you do the room, and then it's going to autosave, and then you're done. So, you don't have to worry about that crap. That's why I like stuff like RE3. If you're going to, like, not save a whole lot, it's like, you got to be like, is this going to mess me up for the rest of the dang game? You know, whatever.
Yep.
Whereas, I don't know, like, even in Zelda, for this, like, Trev, if you die in a dungeon, does it start you at the beginning, or does it start you, like, where it was?
In that room.
In that room. So, what's the penalty for dying? So I guess people, it's like the only game out there that's not an indie title that is like, well, whatever, this is how it is.
Yeah. Like, the older games like Ocarina of Time would start you at the beginning of the dungeon.
Yeah, they start you at the beginning.
And like Link to the Past would start you at the top of the pyramid or something.
Zelda freaking 1, I think, starts you at the beginning of the, where you like come out in the very beginning of the game. So you're like up on the mountain and you die, and it's like you're at the very beginning. You're like, I gotta think more, cause when it comes to comfy games, it's like it's more evident what is a not comfy game than is what a comfy. So you're like, what's not a comfy game? These horror games. Like, I would even say, when you're playing against people, Age of Empires 2 is like so uncomfy because like you're like just constantly like,
well, and
am I fast enough?
Look at the people that you play against.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Like if you were playing against like me, you'd probably still enjoy yourself. But it's like you're playing against Nick and Ben. It's like, God.
Well,
just
like,
kill me.
I'll be like setting up farms, and it's like you are being attacked, and it's like, oh, come on.
Are you serious?
Like imagine just living in an age where it's like I'm doing my job. Oh man. I gotta think more about the comfy game, but Mario, a Brave Fencer Musashi. I know it just pretty much goes to what my favorite ones are, but that game's really comfy when you're in a all-you-can-eat village, and you're just like. Yeah, and it's got that rad music.
I don't like them as much as I used to, but when I really like Pokemon, I found those games really comfy.
They are pretty comfy. Even like Red and Blue, I mean, I'm going through it right now, are very flawed in every way, but they're pretty comfy. They're pretty comfy.
The original games are okay comfy, but like I was going through Crystal, and that game was just like super fun.
I can definitely see that. Secret of Mana has a comfy feel. It's not my favorite game, but
Right.
it has a very comfy, like, almost everything is like wilderness and you're just going around and whatever.
That game's up there for me. I mean, I bought a Super Nintendo. I traded in my Nintendo and all my games. I had to make an ad in the newspaper.
Rest in peace.
I had to make a classified ad in
Wait
order
for
to,
what?
to sell my NES to make money to buy a SNES, because my parents were like, "You're buying on your own. We're not buying it for you." So like they were like, you know, but like I always appreciated that my parents like were like, "Hey, you know, you gotta work on things like this. You gotta like do it yourself." And
Excuse me?
I see it right there.
oh, you didn't read it.
I'm pretty sure I didn't need to lock onto it.
So I appreciated that they were like, "We're making you do this on your own," but at the same time, I feel like they didn't like give me any clue as to how to, like it's like a game where there's like zero tutorial. Like it's nice not to be handheld in a game, but it's also nice if they give you an idea.
That game does. I mean, one of the very first things is a not winnable fight, and whenever a game starts like that, you're like, "Well, what did I do?"
Yeah, and then you read. But so like I'm like, thanks for help, thanks for making me do things on my own to like become self-resilient. But like my mom basically was like, yeah, make an ad in the newspaper. So I make this ad, sell my NES and like 30 games or whatever I had at the time.
Rip.
And like the the gun and everything, whatever I had accumulated at that point. And I think I was asking like 300, maybe less. Like maybe like 250, 300, somewhere in there. And then this woman,
brother.
this like
No, to what you're saying.
oh yeah,
I'm
so this
I'm just
woman
ready for
calls
this,
me.
like,
This woman calls me.
will
up
you
and she-
take
and she-
$20?
Yeah, and she's like lowballing me, and I'm like, well, listen, I'm gonna
You're
look
like,
it up.
what, like-
What year did the SNES come out?
91.
Okay, so I am 11 years old.
Oh my god, and this woman.
And this woman's like, will you take this? And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm at the point where an adult knows more than me.
That's
Do you know what
not
I mean? Like, when
fair.
you're 11, and my mom's like, you gotta stand, you gotta, like, whatever. If that's not okay, you just say no. And I'm like, I don't know how to say no to an adult. Like
That's
adult's
true.
like, take this money. Okay. Like, and so, like, I'm just like, and so, like, I end up getting, like, I think, like, 75 less than what I was asking. And my mom's like, are you sure? And I'm like, what can I say? No? Like, now I already said yes to this woman, and now I gotta work, So I ended up getting way less, and so my mom was nice enough to, like, then give me the whatever I didn't make to buy the friggin' thing, to buy the friggin' SNES. But yeah, I remember going to Toys R Us, getting the SNES. It was $287, I think, or something. And and then whatever tax was. And I think I didn't buy any games because came with Mario World. Which,
Oh, okay.
like,
I was gonna say
you
that
never
sucks.
you never need another game for like 6 years.
Yeah, that's
really.
true.
But I think I bought it in this whenever it came out. It might have come out in the summer or like. So by Christmas, I got a couple games. But yes, Secret of Mana was in the first like batch of games that I got like as gifts or whatever, probably like for my birthday. So I had that game pretty early on, and man, that game I sunk tons of.
It's very like I said, I kind of feel the same way I feel about Chrono Trigger, where I look at it and I'm like, I appreciate it, but like I'm not all in, but like I can appreciate how comfy that game is.
Yeah,
dude.
But the thing that's weird about it is like that's then that was my first like RPG that I sunk a ton of hours into. Like I played like Dragon Warrior or something as a kid or whatever, in Final Fantasy when they were out on NES. But like I never owned them, so I never beat them or sunk tons of hours into. So like Secret of Mana was like the first RPG that I was really sinking a ton of hours into. So like I'm like skewed. Like I'm used to an action RPG now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because that was my first one, and so like as soon as I played, like my friend Ryan had gotten FF3 or whatever it is in Japan, you know, FF3 here, and I was like, this game like is fun, but like I'm like, what's happening? Like why do I like or Chrono Trigger, where it's like all menus and stuff, and I'm like, what is happening? Like I'm just so used to just running around, swinging my sword and stuff.
And Chrono Trigger is even a little bit more actiony than most RPGs. 'Cause
Right.
You don't just like, there's not random encounters or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like a lot of like active battling things.
I'm trying to remember back in the day with Toys R Us. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, like, my memory for stuff at this time is like really bad. But that they used to have like a specific section where there were like they had the games,
Yeah,
and it was
and it
almost
was-
like a booth. I want to call it like up front where like they would like reach behind.
That's what they
and,
do
like, go
now.
and whatever.
That's what they do now.
What did they do back then?
back when I was a
'Cause
kid,
specifically,
it was
I
cool.
specifically remember this was Super Nintendo time that I'm
Right.
talking.
So and they may have changed around then, but when I was a kid and it was like NES, and then when SNES finally came out, they would have this aisle, and it was all the games, and it would be like the box art basically.
okay.
And then in front of it there was a small plastic like holder, like envelope, filled with like pieces of paper.
Dude, I am.
And so you
remembering
pull a
this.
piece of paper out, and it would be like Tetris. Like I remember I bought Tetris once at Toys R Us, and so like I pulled a Tetris slip out, and DuckTales. That's the two games I bought that time, and then you would bring those up. Then what you're saying, yeah. Then you would bring those to that booth you're talking about.
But it's like a booth, right? It's
Basically,
almost
it's like a separate area.
Somebody is working
Yes.
inside, and you cannot walk
Right,
inside.
you can't touch
okay,
the games.
so I'm
Right,
right.
yeah.
I felt like I was like I would think about this once in a while when I'm getting nostalgic, and I'm like, there's no way there was a booth
Right,
that
and
you
then you
came
had
up
to ask
to.
for something.
They
gave you the games so you could look at it.
They didn't have it behind a glass case. It's almost as if it's like a shed
Right.
inside of it where they just
Or
turn
it's
around
like
and they're like,
so
oh.
when you go to Best Buy to buy like to get like a shipped item that you had shipped to the store.
Yeah.
And you just go up to the desk and you wait there, and then they
Yeah.
give you the thing.
Yeah.
So then they let you do your shopping over there in the aisle with all the game boxes, and you could and remember I think the box was like cut in half so you could see the front and the back so you could like look at it. But then you just took the slip up, and I used to think like you remember watching those like Nickelodeon shows or whatever when they do like kids would win like a shopping spree.
Oh my god, where you
And
like,
you-
like just like,
And like all these kids would run into like these aisles, be getting like these big giant like G.I. Joe things, and like they'd be able to put one thing in a cart, and they'd have to like run back for another
I
cart.
bet
And
they
I'm
would
like,
have like they would like be like video games not included because
they must
the way
have,
the way it
'cause
was set
you
up, you
just-
could not like for like I don't know, you just reach into the envelope thing of like Mario RPG and you're like 10.
And even if they had like the physical game, they're still small. Like so, you just put, like every box in the cut. You'd be like,
Could you imagine if that was like now that the person would just run up to the electronics counter, which of course would probably be unlocked, and be like, iPad. 2 minutes later, yo, I got iPads for sale. What else?
Yeah, I noticed they don't do things like that anymore. Or then I noticed that they don't. The one thing that they started doing towards the end, like in the beginning, it would be like you'd get a shopping spree for like however many minutes, but then it became like you get a $500 shopping spree, which basically is just a $500 gift card.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to
exactly.
rush and do it in any amount of time. They're just giving you a gift card. But they still kept saying shopping spree, like oh. But it's like, oh man, I used to
Dude, if that was-
remember watching kids like run.
If it was
with
the original one, it would be
oh,
like,
God.
don't go to Legos, don't go to whatever.
Well,
go to-
Legos would be okay because that's expensive.
I
but
guess
like,
that is true.
But like, yeah, they go to like these action figures, and it's like those are expensive right now, but like they're not gonna hold value.
When you
at
get
all.
those WWF wrestling figures, like, no. Go to the SNES, just throw a bunch of SNESes in there.
Yeah.
Yo, I got some SNESes for trade, dog. You got that Genesis? Yeah, we're talking. Oh, man. I also remember something somewhat similar is when Pokemon cards were a thing and you would, like, do your trades. It reminded me of, like, when you were talking about how, like, that lady was just like, will you take whatever? And,
Right.
like, sometimes you would make, like, a completely, like, legit trade. We were in, like, 4th grade or whatever. And then, like, you would hear, like, a week later, like, my mom wants to talk to you. we need to trade that back because that wasn't fair. And you'd be like, but we took. Okay.
Exactly.
But like it was a legit thing, or like maybe like you would do it legit, and then I would have like second like thoughts and be like, oh, I need that back from whatever.
And
mom.
see,
It's
that's
like,
like
get
that's
out
like
of here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like this. Like they're spirits. Was that like it earlier? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, all the humans in Twilight Realm are like spirits that don't really know what's happening. So
It's kind of sad.
What if that's real life?
Where are you? Yeah. But yeah, it's like that's the type of parenting that I always am like if your kid does
Go
a thing,
fix your crap
like,
yourself.
I
mean, within reason.
explain.
Within
Yeah,
reason,
right. I mean, if it's an adult that takes advantage of your kid, I understand. But if it's two kids making a deal, then you need to talk to your kid about how they made a bad deal. Like, it's not the other kid's fault,
Yeah.
I mean, but I completely agree. If it's like some adult at a local game store who's like, "Oh, hey, you should totally take this, give me that really expensive card for this nothing."
I think
card.
that reminds me of a Simpsons episode where a comic book guy like takes advantage of them or whatever. Huh. They outlawed Pokemon cards within like a year of them coming out at school because
nice
stuff like that. It was half that and half just kids not paying attention because they're like, "Oh, gee, look at this." That feel when it was just the original basic set. That feel when my pre-made decks from the original sets would not even kill one Pokemon nowadays.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to design a card game. You could either do it like Magic, where you then have to have a ban list, and then things happen, and then sometimes cards get more powerful back in the day, and then become less powerful. Or you just do like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, where you just make each set
stronger,
so much stronger that the other set's obsolete, and then you just move on.
Dude, literally, I have a deck where second evolution, which is hard to pull out of 60 cards to get it where you're like, I evolved to a Charizard. That's hard in a short game, and it would have 120. But now basic Pokemon have 90 or 100, and it's I lay this card out 100, great. But it's you would start out in the original Pokemon and you'd be like, I have Squirtle, it has 30. And it's well, I win. It's
and the new thing for Pokemon cards is that they have these EX cards that are fully evolved, really powerful cards.
Rip.
And I mean, there is a disadvantage to them that sometimes they're weak to special abilities that are against EX cards. Also, if you defeat one, you get 2 prize cards.
That's pretty cool.
But you don't have to evolve them. It could be a Charizard EX, and you can just lay it down. And
dude.
It those cards do require 3 or 4 or 5 energies to do anything, but after the third turn, if you have one, it's just bam, I can do 150 per turn.
Great.
I couldn't even imagine. So I had this one when we used to play at I don't think it was Books A Million in the Park City. Where
was there a Books A Million in there?
There, I forget. So in the middle where that book place is, that big book place that I think closed again. I forget what they're called, but they used to host those Pokemon trading card things on Saturday mornings. I used to have this one deck that was I would only pull it out every really once in a while, but it was the silliest deck ever. So one of the dumb rules in Pokemon is if you go, there's 60 cards in a deck.
Right. And if you run out,
you lose. And essentially it was
a mill deck.
It was a mill. Okay, so they have stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, Magic has it. Yeah.
Okay. It was just a Mewtwo and 59 Psychic Energies. So you put the Mewtwo down, Psychic Energy, you put 2 down, then the 1's Barrier. Can't get hurt by anything. There's nothing you can do, discard an energy. Okay, I'll put a new energy on. Great, you lose, kind of thing.
Right.
So, and the thing is, if people didn't realize it, you would, if you went to go pull out and you didn't have a basic Pokemon to start out, they have the option of pulling 2 more cards. So they would keep doing it for a while, and they'd be like, what the hell? They have 15 cards, and by the time you put it down, you're like, unless you can kill me in 2 turns, you lose. Because
exactly.
You can pull 30 more cards, and I don't care what you do, you're going to lose kind of thing. And I think I only did it once or twice because I was like, yeah.
I think the only way to counter something like that would be Imposter Professor Oak that makes you discard your hand and draw 7 more and just try to outmill you. That's pretty much the only weakness.
Yep.
But that's assuming that you know what the deck is, and
Right,
assuming that
yeah,
you have like at
exactly.
least a couple of those.
I mean, most times, I don't know if it was back then for you, but like most card games, it's like a best of 3. If
Yeah.
you're playing like in any kind of like
I
tournament.
mean, and that is
So,
also like the
and that's why.
that is like
because,
the ultimate like jerk move.
Exactly.
I mean, I really only think I ever did it a couple times, and I don't remember great. It was probably against someone who I didn't like, and was like,
Right.
"F this guy." I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like Street Fighter and just doing Hadoukens just over and over again. You can't get to me. You can't get to me. And everyone obviously has friends that do that kind of stuff. Where it's just like, can we fight? No, I'm gonna be in this corner. Oh, look at that! Time ran out, and I hit you one time. I win.
Isn't that you?
No,
Isn't that
I do Shoryukens too.
Best. How are you gonna get out of this?
Well, I don't know. What are these boxes for?
Well, I don't know what they're for. I
Right.
didn't see any cutscenes.
Rip!
Oh! What? You just killed yourself.
I thought you'd have to run along the side.
You're like, I'm out of here.
Game ogre.
Wait,
Sure
what?
is.
Did you turn into a bird?
Yeah.
It's a pretty empty lake.
This music is not comfy. It's almost Silent Hill music at this point.
I mean, they do want to make it seem weird.
There's so little
There's
water.
something weird about this game. It's like they tried to attract like this like more mature-ish, teenish audience, but then they treat you like a baby.
Right.
It's
Right.
really weird.
Oh gosh.
Me.
Sad clown.
By the way, you mentioned earlier, without me even thinking about it, one of the most comfy games of all time, which is Mario World. I mean, of all Mario
Absolutely.
games, how comfy is Mario
Absolutely.
World?
My favorite thing when because that was like the first game I owned, and I sunk so many hours in that. So then, when I got to the point where I knew like almost every secret that I discovered on my own or whatever, or like from Nintendo Power, I would go to like Funko Land. Oh, nice. I would go to like Funko Land or Costco at the time. It was called Price Club, or Toys R Us, and they would have the demo set up, and it was usually playing Mario World. And I would like just within I would just walk up to the game and like get to the last level, like within like there'd be some kid like standing there watching me, and I would just like get right to Bowser and then defeat him, and then just like leave it at the credit screen, and people would be like, "What the?"
How can you beat the game in 5 minutes?
It's like, oh, I guess I don't need to buy this. I
Bruh.
just beat it. And they're just, dude, how did you do that? I hear him like, Mom, this kid just beat the game. Like, the original speedrunner.
there is a lot of good things about like having like all information available to you at like a time, but that's like kind of a negative where you don't just have that cool like nothing
Right.
would impress us anymore.
Exactly.
Like
There's-
if a game came out, like say the new Zelda comes out on Wii U, and Trevor that day was like, did you hear the speedrunner set a record of whatever? I'd be like, yeah,
Cool, I believe it.
I mean,
I believe
the
it.
worst one is Smash. It's like for the Smash games, everyone. Can I please hit this thing? For the Smash games, like when you play Melee with
I
your
kept
friends.
saying, why don't you use your bow and arrow? And I was like about to say that. So
When you
I
play
thought,
Melee, it's like you had no idea who the secret characters are. I mean, there was this whole April Fool's thing of being like,
Absolutely.
oh, Sonic could be in here.
Tony Skiles and I spent like seriously hours trying to do that April Fool's Day prank. Absolutely, no question.
But like nowadays, even Brawl, it's like, well, we already know all the characters before the game even comes out.
Yeah. And oftentimes, I mean that Wii U, at least they had a couple surprises with like Cloud and stuff like that. But
It's all the
even
post-game
so,
DLC.
for the most part, they're like on whatever May 10th at 2 p.m. we're gonna have an announcement. So like something's coming still. It's not just like bam, like oh my god.
right.
Rip.
That thing's pretty wacky looking. Scary.
I also make really weird noises.
Yeah, that horn. Yeah, that was. So I'm excited for that. This reminded me of that Last Guardian.
Is that actually still coming out?
Coming out, right?
I mean, it had an update at E3 in the first time in like 5 years.
Yep.
So.
And it was like gameplay.
Unfortunately, at this point, there is like.
I mean, the bad thing about it now is that it still looks like it did 5 years ago.
Yes.
So it still looks impressive, but not as impressive.
Right. Exactly. Like graphically, it's not going to be impressive. But like I don't know, those games never really seemed like.
No.
I mean,
graphic.
you really
know,
can't
whatever.
make a game that's like. So, I don't want to say it's in the limelight, but like whatever, like around the conscious for so long
Okay.
without it becoming like
Too overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like it doesn't matter how good it is.
Yeah.
Like you just can't.
It's like Batman vs Superman. Like everybody was going on and on about it. It's like there's no way, or like the Suicide Squad or something. Like we're joking.
I
about
mean,
that.
most
there's
things.
no way this can be good.
Most things that really last like 20, 25 years, like FF7. Yeah, there was hype because it's FF, but no one was like, this is gonna be the greatest game!
Right.
Like Ocarina of Time, like people were like, again, very hype, but
Right.
like people weren't like,
Right.
you know, like.
Well, again, with FF7, it's like, you know, like the internet's a thing, but it's not what it is now.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, you know, people
You only
like
heard about it from,
maybe
like,
go to a
magazines and stuff.
forum. Like, not many people were going to forums. Like some people, but like not that wasn't like the average person. Whereas now, like everybody just knows everything at all times, and it's like,
See ya.
that's it. That is that guy. Just sit over. See ya.
Hey, I hear one of those things.
I don't know, friggin'. Especially with just like how long and like it's almost a meme of itself. Like, get it, Last Guardian, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Like when people like someone today was like, I want to reserve the FF15, and I was like, oh wow, I can do that because it's like announced. And then the same person was like, can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 this year, and I was like, nice meet. Oh yeah, it's. I mean it's. Let me put big quotes here. Coming out. It's coming out. In 20... It's coming out. But, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been so hyped for, like, 10 years, right? So, like,
The saddest
it
thing
doesn't
about,
matter how good it's going to be. Like, there will be many people that are like, I waited 10 years for this.
The weirdest
You
thing
know?
about Kingdom Hearts 3 is that there is never any gameplay or visuals or anything, even concepts about it, but people are still like, Kingdom Hearts 3!
Yeah.
But, like, Final Fantasy 15 has been a thing since, like, 2006.
You know, the biggest example of that hype train thing that I can think of for any medium is Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 1,
yeah.
where it was like the biggest thing of all time. And then once like the hype wore off, people were like, oh.
This movie's not good.
So.
Like, there was a lot of hype for the first Lord of the Rings movie. And then it ended up, like, staying good, you know what I mean? And people were like, I like it. I mean, like, some purists were like, never. But, like, for the most part, the general consensus is that it's good. Whereas, like, Episode 1, after, like, the glitz and glamour wore off, it was like, yeah, this movie sucks.
Rip.
Oh no!
I need to go watch videos of people like standing in line for like weeks at like Episode 1 and just like
Oh man!
I really wish there was a way you could have like a before and after like
Exactly.
we interviewed these people before, but now we're interviewing them in 2016. So how was that experience? Yeah.
Do you wish that you didn't do it?
I took off work for like a week and a half, and not gonna lie, that was pretty bad.
Lost my job.
But I was first!
Inevitably, with those lines, there's always somebody that's like, quit my job to do this. And it's like, you're the dumbest person on the earth. Like, I quit my job to spend money. Like, okay, you're gonna not. You're never gonna have a good life.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Can't skip.
It's the same thing every time. You defeat those things, it makes a war point.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I just want to remind you, you don't have many hearts. So beep.
Boy, I can do a lot about that. I'm not gonna die because I still have fairy, but
Wow, that is really strange.
portal.
Nice. You know, if for some reason, again, this is probably the ultimate meme game, but Half-Life 3, if it ever actually came out, like, this year would be the year to do it, considering every, like, Kingdom Hearts 3, FF7, FF15, they're all finally coming out. Like, this would just be the year for them to be like, oh, by the way, October whatever, Half-Life 3 is out. Like, it might as well.
I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't surprise me at all, but I think Valve, like, last year just said, like, we're not working on Half-Life 3. They were like, they just said it. They're like, we're not doing it.
But, like, I can also see them saying that they're not doing it and then just releasing it. As
The current Valve hasn't made a game since 2011 with Portal 2. They're very focused with, their like multiplayer aspect of like putting out games free to play and then they get their money back through cash shops.
Right.
And I understand that they're making more money than ever, but I don't know. They don't appeal to me anymore.
Save us, Gaben. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 was like 09 or 10 or whatever, and like people love that game. They could come out with a Left 4 Dead 3 and it would like on like the Xbox One or whatever, and it would do like amazing. It wouldn't even have to be really good.
Right.
I think that, I mean, maybe if people, like, made less of a big deal over the years, because that's been, like, a freaking meme for, like, God, how long?
Yeah, seriously.
However, like, maybe they just got so sick of it that they're like, dude, F you. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Let's just not release it.
I could imagine just hearing it over and over again, like, just being like, whatever.
The really weird thing is that I don't even think Half-Life 2 is like necessarily that amazing. Like I think the regular game is pretty good.
I don't know. I disagree.
I mean, I think Half-Life 2 is pretty good, but I also don't like episode 1 or 2 that much.
Right.
I think Half-Life 2 is really good.
I think Half-Life 2, like in its high points, is really good, but then you have like the points where you're on the speeder, the water speeder for like a long time, and I think those sections are boring. So that's, I don't know.
Right.
Do you like those sections?
The speeder? I mean, like...
The water thing.
I don't
like,
remember it being like, oh gosh. Like, but, you know, I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't remember hating it
when
that
you're
much.
in... What's the place with the zombies and the gravity gun? Ravenholm?
Ravenholm? Yeah.
That place is really cool.
Yeah, that place is awesome.
Like, at the high points of the game, I think it's really good, but then I think it's also hampered by a couple things. I like Half-Life 1 better.
Half-Life 1 is so good! Just like,
Yeah.
I don't... If you could just somehow
it's
make
crazy.
that game with, like, today's graphics... And
But,
it was
like,
just the
it's
same.
crazy that if you go back and play Half-Life 1, it's not as horrible as, like, you think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you think
yeah.
it's gonna be so bad, and then you go back and play it, and you're like, this isn't really that bad. Like, you're
Yep.
like, I'm kind of surprised.
You
like,
know, and it's funny...
and
'cause-
Half-Life 2 even more so. Like, even, like, you're like, wow, this still looks pretty good.
First-person shooters are one of, like... There are certain genres that really age well. RPGs really age well. There are certain that don't age well, and I think the two biggest ones that don't age well would be fighters, 3D fighters. They
Right.
just-
Oh, gosh.
You like can't even play a PS2 fighting game anymore, and that's
Street Fighter
PS2.
EX.
So like it's just they just don't age well. And the second is first-person shooters. Like very few people are like, I want to play Call of Duty on PS1. Like,
Oh,
no, you don't.
no.
You know. Whereas you could be
Absolutely
like,
not.
I want to play FF7. Great.
Right.
I want to play a side-scrolling shooter. Great.
Right.
No problem. I want to play a puzzle game. Great.
Right.
But like, yeah, like it's amazing that Half-Life was like 1998, and you're still like you could pick it up and be like, after like a little bit of getting used to it, be like, I have immersion. I'm into it again.
Exactly.
But like, if you're like play Tekken 1, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Nope. I
Like
was
even
small.
Tekken 3, which is like a later PS1, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Even like the only one I can think of that really a 3D fighter like Soul Calibur 2, I could still pick up and be like, I got this. But even something around the time like Tekken 4 or 5, I'd be like, I just play the newest Tekken, whatever.
Right,
It's
right.
faster. It's just whatever.
Actually, the newer Tekkens are slow.
Are they slower? Okay. Sorry, Tekken fans.
It's kind of like Soul Calibur. Like Soul Calibur 2 and 1 are so fast,
And then they got a lot slower.
and then 3 and especially 4 are like super slow.
It's just weird how some genres are just like that, and a lot of it is if it's a 2D game, then it doesn't matter. It can live forever like that. Like
Right.
But it's just amazing. Like besides some people, it's funny now since like the PS4 and Bone are out that like we're seeing a lot more at the store like nostalgia for like the early Modern Warfares, which is silly to think, but are like almost 10 years old now for like Call of
That's
Duty
crazy.
4.
Yeah.
Came out in like 07. So like there's a lot of nostalgia for them, but it's like that's still not so far back that you're like, ugh.
Right.
But I bet if I tried to play, I really like the old Medal of Honors for PS2, but I bet if I went back,
Oh,
it would take
God.
like so much time for me to be like,
Absolutely.
okay. And that's what makes Half-Life 1 so amazing, because it's just like, I don't
the
know,
game
it just,
visually doesn't look good anymore.
No,
but
no, no,
it's
no.
a super fun game.
yeah, and it just
Also,
like,
it has like anti-hand holding, but also a good sense of level progression where you
Yes.
don't really get stuck.
Yeah. Agree.
Like Half-Life 2, I think has way too many points. That there's a lot of dialogue and a lot of story.
there's like almost
That it
no
feels-
dialogue in
It doesn't
one,
even feel like
if
a
I remember.
Half-Life 1 sequel. Like, I don't hate Half-Life 2. I think it's still pretty good, but I just... When I look at it comparing it to the first one, I'm just like...
The great thing
Not
about
quite as
one
good.
is like you will just be going about and you're like all of a sudden like, oh, I'm in another big area. Like you're in like a whole new area and you don't even like you're just there all of a sudden. You're
Right.
like,
There's
you're
not
like,
like
whoa.
some big like fanfare.
Yeah.
Where you're like, welcome to the new area.
Like, when they switch over, and when you get to the surface, you start fighting the military. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't
And it's all like, but like the second you pop your head out, you're like fighting the military. Like
yeah.
it's there.
Here's
it's
the thing.
happening.
It's not random. If you talk to the scientists and stuff, they eventually say that they're like, oh, I think I heard like helicopters and like
Right,
military professional like going around, but they don't like they're not like, oh, here's the military. This is what we do. We have to do this.
Yeah. Right.
I gotta download that on Steam and play it. Because literally the only one I've ever played is the PS2 version, which I thought was awesome, but I'm sure there will be many people out there that are like PC only. Ooh. Skip.
Ooh.
Skip.
Oh,
skip,
so the
skip,
Hornbird's back.
Yeah, so this is the big... When people complain about this game, and especially the Tears of Light collecting, this is the one that people complain about. Because, to be honest, this one is... this is
Like
good.
that.
That,
Like that's what happens. Like that
I was
kind
in
of crap.
I was in the shadow area for like probably half an hour without getting the Tears of Light mission until like right now. So it takes a long time, but after you do this, you don't have to do it ever again. So
Is this the last Tears of Light one?
yeah.
Huh.
The third one covers like all of Lake Hylia and like okay. Exactly.
Rip! That's what he's yelling. Rip!
With his horn.
The worst thing I could do is just miss the insect and then have to do this all over again. So it's better to just
Die.
yeah. Just gotta be. This is the third time.
See ya!
I will say that the controls are a little weird. Just gotta be closer to the water.
We got this.
It's hard to tell where the water is.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Good.
There you go.
I missed it.
What? Oh, he gets out of you? Nice.
As long as I don't like use it. But now I can't touch him while he is shining.
Gotcha.
Here we go. Let's do it. No.
Oh gosh. I just dislike this.
That's why I like getting it immediately. There you go.
Oh, thank God.
But you have to get the rest of them in here?
Come on. No. Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Somehow found it.
Good.
See, you can see the controller just coming out. Where is it?
Good.
When I did this the first time, I had no trouble doing this at all.
That is
It's
always
the
the way
dog.
it works. Nice.
I just gotta not get hit by anything.
Oh, that's it for this. Getting them.
Good.
Whew.
Not
I gotta
bad.
get 6 more. I was like, are you kidding me?
Because this...
I just kept thinking at any point he's gonna get hit and then go back to the beginning.
That'd be freaking ridiculous. See ya. Okay.
Times for everyone. Still waiting.
Yay. Yo, go there. Yo, go there.
What song is it?
Wait, how can you tell which one you're supposed to...
Is that just memory?
It shows you little dots.
But like
Oh.
you remembered them after they've disappeared? I already
I
forgot
didn't
them.
see the dots.
Like I saw the dots, but then they were. I was like, I forget them.
I also know the song. It's from Ocarina of Time.
Which song is this?
I think it's the Sand Warp song.
That sounds right. The use stuff from old games meme. Love it. Hey, remember that game you liked? Here's the
This
thing
isn't
from
it.
Yeah, this isn't it. But here's the thing from it. Great. Great.
Oh, there's the Okami looking thing. Is that supposed to be the princess?
No, that's actually Link to the Past, Link.
Link to the past. Link turned
No,
into
every
a wolf.
person you can't tell exactly who they are is an old Link,
It's
by
an
the
old
way.
Link.
Yep. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I hope that when the new one comes out, when the new one comes out, it's like either the very first one in the Zelda timeline, if they could somehow do it before Skyward Sword, or like the very latest. I just like when like games come out and they like change the timeline like that.
Oh,
Like-
I have to get back over there. I need
How?
to do this.
Wow.
Like for a long time, like
I have to get
every
over there.
Castlevania game was in like the 16, 17, 18, 1900s. Then the DS ones came out and they're like, lol, all 2000s, deal with it. And it's like, like I kind of like that.
Dude, I love this person's hair. Best hair in the game.
She has to get up like 3 hours early to pick it like that.
Seriously.
She's sad already.
Yeah.
At least it's gone, but now I remember I'm sad.
But now I remember. Now there's nothing for me to live for. Oh. At least before I was scared of a bug. Now I don't even have that.
Okay.
I love this grass. It looks like hair plugs.
What?
Like it looks like when somebody gets hair plugs, it's like there's space between each follicle.
That's what my hair looks like. That's what Brandon's hair looks like. If he were here, I could make fun of him. Rip Brandon.
Dead.
Gone and forgotten most of the time. Ooh, look at these. Get it, mate.
Like it's a cool idea.
Me. Aww.
Got him.
Only 4 more to go. You got it.
Yep. So I think this one will be just easier to warp. So here.
Meow. Can't wait till you get out of freaking Twilightville.
Soon. After I get these.
Just seems like you've been in this forever.
Yeah.
This is the most boring of all of them, for sure.
I like that one. Where you can't see it. Yeah, just keep flying that high, girl. Oh man.
Dead.
Rip. Rip that thing.
Apparently there's another one here.
Only 3 more to go.
I don't remember this one when I did this.
Rip!
Oh, I didn't grab it. That's funny.
Oh, you killed it, but then you...
Huh. Well, that's at least easy.
I think the last one is right here.
You need 2 more.
Yes. The last one is a specific one that appears after I get.
Oh. Can you warp?
Yeah. So I actually kind of want to go to Death Mountain. So I can
Why?
activate the Whisper Stone I ignored the other time.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, when you ran by it.
Not thinking that I need to do this while I'm still the wolf. Or I have to wait for a long time.
That music. Bum, 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 bum. I like whatever they use for that. Very dissonant, but just nice.
So, for the new Zelda, I kind of hope there's an actual jump button.
But how things have always been.
Like, just like walking off a... Oh, did I already do it? I didn't think I did. Wasted 1 minute of our lives.
Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna cry.
I guess the closest one is this.
Really?
There's not one near the town yet, because it didn't activate it.
Oh. RIP!
This one doesn't take long, because I just had to follow it downstream of the river.
This is not upstream. Two more. We got this, fam.
Broke legs and that.
Broke everything.
He did belly flop.
Dat hitting the water.
Yeah, it's like concrete from that level.
Would it be any easier if you went in as a dive?
Yes.
Oh, would that?
But even then, you
Cause
would
every
still break some stuff.
yeah, it's true.
But you need to like be as much of a point as possible.
Yeah. Oof. It's okay. Link's a strong wolf. Bum 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 bum. What do you think about all this, Brandon? Oh.
Well, my GF, I gotta get going.
But you just got here like 1 minute ago.
Saturdays aren't gonna work.
Dude, I just want.
It worked for me on Thursday, but now Saturdays never.
I just want Brandon to say, I want him to use a specific term. Saturdays are date night. Sorry, I want him to use that term.
He's not old enough for date night. That's when you're like married and you're like, we gotta set aside time to have date night. If he's already having date nights, this is not looking good.
I got date night things to do.
Like, I can understand if he works one Sunday a month. And of course, he wouldn't want to be here if he has to wake up at 5 a.m. next Sunday.
Understandable.
But I'm pretty sure he only works one Sunday.
We'll find out. We're gonna, after LPs, we're gonna go over to Brandon's house and see what he's doing. Brandon,
watch this LP. And then we'll record your comments so you can put it in.
Just like add it as an extra audio track. Cool.
Just reacting to us making fun of him.
Cool.
Dude, Oh, cool, guys. Yeah, just make fun of me while I'm out there.
No, that's too many words for Brennan. Cool. Hey,
Oh
Brennan.
my god, that last Mario Party was phenomenal.
Hey, Brennan, your hair. Yeah. Cool.
That last Mario
Oh
Party.
my God.
The greatest thing that ever happened. Is this it? Is this his time? Is this...
Dude, friggin'.
Okay.
That was
guess
so
steal
unfair.
all-
He still got second. That was the
That
first
was
time he didn't get
so
fourth.
unfair.
Still-
I just.
Still...
I wanted to cry.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Because, like. I don't know.
Even with me stealing the star, he still got second.
Those games are just.
And I would have
So-
won without that.
We'll have to add.
Trevor's still justifying it.
We'll have to add like even more like ridiculous games. Like wild like WarioWare is technically a Mario game, so you can get further in that.
But, oh, okay, never mind. I thought you said Warrior Woods, and I was like, you're the only one that's good at that.
Yeah, I added a bunch of games that like only I've like really played, but it's.
I added this game that I designed myself. And
The
it
only
hasn't been
games that
released.
I've added...
You know what game I added? Pokemon Puzzle League. That's so weird that one got added. Huh.
And it's not even a Mario game.
And it just gets to the point where like every game is just a game that we like one of us specializes in.
Right.
Ben's like, oh, I added Age of Empires. It's so weird that I did that.
What were you gonna say, Joe?
I don't remember.
It's so weird that.
That is weird.
Alright, I'm just gonna cancel the whole thing then.
Cancel what?
Football for tomorrow.
Football.
Mush's friend, who a couple hours ago was absolutely gonna come.
No, Niall was the one who he didn't hear back from.
Oh, okay.
So that's the same. We, you know, what I mean,
Alright.
the guy that said yes still hasn't said anything. I'll message him.
I hate having to get like a big group of people together for something. It's always like, bro, got things going on, man. Got things. Where that last one?
That big white dot that I have to swim slowly to
Where?
on the minimap.
Oh, okay, gotcha. At least it's public and peaceful. Right?
They just showed a cutscene of like this big thing.
You're almost there.
Hey, what are these debris conveniently near each other?
Get ready for that fight.
Is it an octopus?
This is the Brave Fencer Musashi boss, but way smaller.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
Wow. Is this like the queen of all those things?
Yeah. It's also insanely easy.
Remember he was like 100% trustworthy? Checking with him now.
My biggest fear is that like everyone but our team shows up and is like, what the crap? And like from now on they're like, I'm not going, I wasted like all my time. You know what I mean? And it's like, please. Yeah, this thing is much smaller, but it's like a very similar like design to it from the Brave Fencer Musashi one. Pretty cool.
His arms.
Rip.
Gotta do it 3 times.
You gotta hit it 3 times in each set of 3.
And then it exposes all its little things.
Phalanges.
Is that what it is?
Proboscis. Flagellum.
Yeah, it's gotta show those flagellums.
Oh, look at them sweet proboscis.
Is that actually the term?
Proboscis is like the nose thing. Like those are probably more like.
Rip.
What? It's all
Upside down. I'm a dead. Oh.
It does not give a heart.
Oh!
If you're-
What? What a rip.
It's just one.
It's just a tear?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Does the tears give you a heart?
It gives you a refill of a heart.
Wow.
I'm actually shaking my head right now.
Are you shaking your damn head or just shaking your head?
No,
It's
maybe
not damn status?
maybe later it'll
Alright.
add the D.
Are you being honest about this?
I'm actually being quite honest.
And are you referring to your family member?
I am being quite honest, Familia. And I'm being honest as well.
Oh, guess who else I'm friends with on Mitomo? Guess.
Oh. Are you ready for this cutscene?
Jordan?
Nope. Yes, but who is obviously I'm friends with Ben Slater.
Oh, really?
He was on there like the first day. I was only the
Of
very
course.
first day. It was me, Tyler, Jordan, and Ben Slater.
He's such a Nintendo guy, too. Those Nintendo guys are like, anything
Yep.
Nintendo's like, hey, drop Facebook and all your stuff and join this. They'd be like, okay, great, I'm on it.
Is this like Dragon Ball Z?
Yep. Now you get 3 wishes.
Oh,
But
it's 3 on this.
Yeah, but-
what was the one world where it was 3? Right.
This
yeah, it was
cutscene is
Earth,
really weird.
Friggin' Namek.
But one world it was just 1.
Yeah, that's Earth.
Right.
Earth Dragon was
Yeah.
crappy. Friggin' Shenron.
Frontier.
Poor
So wait,
Yuga.
does that mean there's another planet somewhere where you just get like infinite?
Dude, I got something to tell you. There's a little series called Dragon Ball GT
Uh-huh.
where you find like 7 more dragons, dog.
And do they all do different wishes?
They're all kind of actually bad guys, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Yeah. I forget if... I don't think they do wishes.
Oh, what? That sucks.
You have to fight them. Because, like...
Look at that
They
2D.
made too
Look at
many
that.
wishes.
Yeah,
Look at
because
that
they make
2D
too many wishes.
Triforce. There was no thickness to them.
It's actually an amazing... GT, like, that premise is actually pretty amazing, I must admit.
Oh shoot! She's got stabbed.
Dude, this
Oh god, that's terrible.
this cutscene's really weird.
Oh my god, that's scary.
What?
This cutscene comes out of nowhere, and then they never really go back to this feeling ever
Wait,
again.
did he slay her? Oh.
Yeah.
What? He killed. What?
What in the heck?
For the Triforce, he just killed someone? Damn, is that Lynx?
I'm pretty sure they're just using these character models as like
right.
reference, but it's still really weird,
Jeez. Is that gonna be midnight?
and it gets weirder.
This is really out of place.
Oh my gosh. What?
GameCube graphics.
Oh! Shoot, he's right there the whole time.
Hey,
Just
yeah.
laughing about it. We got him good. Now let's make a wish.
Uh-oh. Great magic. Cool.
What? Oh my god.
Cool.
Every time I watch this cutscene, I just don't understand what's happening.
This is like end of Evangelion levels of weird. What?
I just don't understand.
What's happening now?
They definitely tried for Evangelion type of thing.
Yeah. Oh my. What? Oh my gosh.
My face
That
right
face!
now. That's my face.
I mean,
Forget that happened.
They're trying to like say that the shadow power can like corrupt people pretty easily and it's really
Okay.
powerful, but it's still a really weird way to do it.
Give me that dark power.
But it doesn't corrupt. What's her name?
Midna is part of the shadow realm, so
She
fine.
can't be corrupted by it.
So I'm just gonna do the quick setup for the third dungeon and then get there and then stop the part. So.
Alright, sounds good.
A little bit more.
Unacceptable. No
I only want a
more.
lot more or no more. A little bit. Can.
Stop right now. Or it's like...
Stop right now or go all
It's
the way
like
to the end.
one room before the boss. Stop right now.
Or finish the entire game.
Dude, that eternal struggle when it was like, you were like 1 inch away from a boss. We gotta get going! Dude! Dad, please, come on! No, we gotta go, But I can't leave the PS1 on, it'll freaking ruin... Just save, you guys... It doesn't have saves, not now! Dang it!
This guy is so... Oh, and
This is
then
my favorite thing.
those little things are those transporter dudes.
Yeah, that's a nice thing for kids nowadays. It's like, we gotta go right now. It's like, it just auto-saved a second ago, Dad. Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. But then the kids still complain.
Rip.
So there's this mini game here that I'm gonna try once to see if I can get the heart piece.
Once.
I don't really have enough rubies to like grind it out. Also, it takes a while. Not that long, but I just have to shoot myself back here again every time.
Ugh.
It's just like a 5-minute mini game. Just goes on forever.
Is it catching chickens? Oh gosh!
It's taking one of the cuckoos and gliding yourself to a platform.
20 rubies.
I'll just take it away. Hey, can I grab you? I just got it. So the little platform is right
What? And it's moving?
I have to
Oh
do.
my
it's,
god!
It's not really moving, but I do
Right.
have to land on not the top one, which is awesome,
Oh,
but
okay.
the second to top one.
Still, that seems impossible. Pilot wings in the house. All the skills. That was a game I had early on.
They just like send people to their deaths in this. They're like,
Oh, I see. It's like that. Oh wait, you don't have to move on the moving one?
I went too far.
Dropped right in the water. Oh, and then you're here. Oh god.
Yeah, that's why I have to shoot myself up.
Well, you got one more shot.
Well, I showed you it. I'm
Just
gonna
do
it off
one more
screen.
shot.
I don't have enough.
Yeah, it's 20 rupees.
I don't have enough rubies to get back.
Oh.
Wait,
I see.
it takes 10 rubies to shoot myself.
Yeah,
if I
so
can,
you're fine.
you do it one more time.
if I can, no, because I have to shoot myself up 2 more times then.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Because I have to go up there regardless. I'm gonna see if I can find 3 rubies real
Oh,
quick.
okay.
There's no grass. There's nothing.
Completely barren wasteland.
Well,
Alright,
you saw what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Boo!
I actually forget what the top thing is. But I know it's not the heart piece. It might be like an arrow or bomb upgrade, so it's nothing really cool.
Me. Oh, you skipped it. Oh.
Alright, just quick try one more time.
That's how you get you. It's like, you want to do this mini game? Got it.
Oh, you messed up.
Maybe
That's
there's
okay.
3
For 10
rupees out here.
For 10, you can go up. It's not a big deal.
Maybe there's 3 rupees out here.
Right there, dude. Right there.
Right?
Literally nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Hey, there you go. Never in the history of the game has there been.
It's not even gonna give you 1. Yep.
Oh, here's the lucky
There
patch.
we go.
Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I have to do a bit before I can do some
Oh.
stuff.
Alright.
What time is it?
It's
Yeah,
10:40.
I should stop.
Okay. Hey!
I forgot. I have to save the Zora child, and that
Well-
takes some stuff to
We'll,
do.
we'll see you in the next time. with more Brandon action.
Yeah, here it comes again.
Brandon, take us out.
Mojiyo.
I gotta start getting my clothes ready for tomorrow.
I'm all packed, bro.
Dang, dude. I am not so fancy, unfortunately.